to actually survive this? Because it's more of surviving now as the insurance company.
Excellent. That's a very good question, particularly for us who are insurance companies, because Joram, like you said, a lot of people try and make money out of insurance. Unfortunately, that's fraud, that's conmanship. It's not allowed. It's actually a criminal offense. And there are many different ways, Joram, that people try and make money out of insurance companies. Some will report losses that never happened. Some will stage claims, and others will exaggerate the amounts of claim. So those are different ways. Some people will try and put in 2 or 3 policies on the same insurable interest. We call the asset that needs to be insured. But as a principle, insurance is a contract of indemnity. What that means is you are placed, you are compensated to the exact position you occupied immediately before the loss. That means we make sure that your financial status is not any worse or better than the position you occupied immediately before the accident or loss happened. So an insurance policy, yes, it's not a policy to make money out of. It's a policy for indemnity, to make sure that you're not incurring what we call fortuitous losses.
Okay, now let's even talk about, I wanted to talk about medical insurance, and let's even talk about the premiums that are there. How does the insurance company benefit, and how does the person benefit, the person who's actually onto that policy?
Thank you, Joram. An insurance policy basically indicates the conditions, the requirements that both sides are supposed to fulfill, like we said earlier. So it's the same thing for a medical insurance policy. You're saying a medical insurance policy covers illnesses, either natural illness or accidental outcomes. That means there are limits under which each of those outcomes are to be covered. And we also have partnerships with different service providers, hospitals, pharmaceuticals, medical experts and specialists. And that means you are saying you are transferring these financial expenses that will be incurred in the treatment of a person who falls unwell to the insurance company. And that is dependent. I think the question you're asking is, how do we quantify the loss, or how do we quantify the premium? So the premium is based on certain parameters, quantifiable parameters. One of them is, how big do you want your insurance policy to be? What's the limit of liability if you are to be admitted in a hospital? Number 2, what's your limit of liability for, say, outpatient or other aspects of cover like dental, optical, maternity, and the like? So that's one aspect. The other one, of course, it depends on the age of the person, because then, like we always say, morbidity increases with age. Morbidity is the rate of sickness on average increases with age. And then, of course, what are the expected service providers you want to provide from? So on the side of the insured person, that's what we look for. On the side of the insurance company, then it means we are providing a medical insurance. We have agreed partnerships. We have terms that should be then agreed between us and the insured person. And that means when these outcomes happen, then the insurance company pays the hospital or the service provider for those specific outcomes.
Okay. And at what age does medical insurance actually start from? Does it have an age limit?
Yes, that's right. That's a very good question. Medical insurance, like we mentioned, is age dependent. So cover starts at infancy and goes on. Traditional or conventional medical covers end up to about 60, 65 or thereabout. But then it starts as early as at birth.
Okay.
Depending on what the specific cover is and what the agreed arrangements between the insured and the insurance company is.
Okay.
And remember, cover can even start earlier because we have what we call a maternity benefit under our medical policy. That means the mother is taken care of and the expenses of delivery are taken care of. But we always say then the child, they come on cover after birth, not before birth. Then that runs up to about 60, 65 years. It can go up to about 70 years.
Oh, so, and actually, you see, medical, is, at that particular time, someone is already paying annually.
Yes, this medical insurance is a short-term policy, so premium is paid annually, and the benefits are provided on an annual basis. That's correct.
And if we had to put an instance when someone has actually been paying annually, and for that particular period of time, this particular child under the medical insurance has maybe spent quite some time without, let me say, getting some serious sickness. All the insurance cover only works on a few sicknesses, like maybe on those that are quite severe. Because I do remember back in the day when I was under insurance, medical insurance, I was told by the hospital, the people at the hospital, that your insurance cover only works with the few sicknesses, the not so chronic ones, flu, and maybe a little bit of malaria.
Well, I think there's a bit of information that we need to share from an insurance company point of view. A medical insurance policy is very extensive, covers a lot of illnesses and outcomes. Like I said, it covers natural illness as well as accidental expenses, and it is there are very few exclusions. We cover chronic conditions. We cover what you call pre-existing conditions. The exclusion are things like pandemics, which is standard, or self-inflicted injury, things like suicide, things like people serving at work. So exclusions, what is not covered, has nothing to do with the illness, but has everything to do with a standard medical requirement.
Okay, that is where I want to also ask, what is, if I am to take this medical insurance policy, what is my cost if I say, let me say there is maybe x-ray or other extensive hospital charges that are on board? What is my share? What am I supposed to pay? Do I pay 50% and the insurance company pays 50%, or it has already been covered by the insurance company?
It has already been covered by the insurance company. That's the best part of it, because the moment you take cover of, say, 50 million Uganda shillings, that covers all the surgical expenses. It covers pharmaceutical expenses. It covers all the treatment expenses. It covers the specialist expenses. It covers theater expenses. It covers inpatient as an admitted person. That policy has no limitation except the limit of liability that is provided by the insurance policy, which is discussed upfront at the beginning of the policy. So it doesn't have anything that it doesn't cover. And essentially, there's a standard medical policy should not have a contribution unless it's a designed part of the contract.
You know, when you mentioned theater, that is one of the reasons that's why I had to ask such a question. Because you will find out that most hospitals or most medical covers of insurance do not actually cover all of that. And when you mention theater, I think someone, if I told you they are worried about insurance or medical insurance, I think you've actually picked something out of it, and it is covered. It's all covered up in the medical insurance.
Yes, it is.
And let me say, will this health insurance plan make it easy for anyone if you actually get sick?
Yes. The very reason why we provide medical insurance is so that if people are unwell, they go to hospital and they get the very best treatment on time. Yeah, because a lot of medical science gives us the indication that a lot of conditions, if they are diagnosed in time, then there's cure, there is treatment, there's possible management of it. And so the more the population gets to take insurance cover, then the better the management of their health. And so overall, the health of the nation is better.
Okay, and now let me even put you into the tourism part of it. Today we are actually, Uganda is joining the rest of the country, the rest of the world to celebrate tourism. Are there insurance covers in the tourism sector or for the tourism companies?
Yes, there are, and thank you for that. And one of the best things about Uganda is a tourist destination, the Pearl of Africa, a beautiful country, which I'm discovering as we go, as I continue to live here. Yes, we have insurance policies and products that take care of different aspects of tourism. Firstly, there's what you call the assets that a tourist outfit will need insured. So those can be insured. The people working in the tourism industry can as well be insured. The motor vehicles and different aspects of the tourism industry can be insured. One of the biggest products that we offer is what you call a liability insurance. Tour operators liability insurance. So this policy takes care of our guests when they come into the country, traveling from various countries, visiting our country for tourism, and then they incur injuries or they lose their property. That liability then is transferred to the insurance company. So that's a big policy, and a lot of international providers of tourists from the source market require that a tour operator has these policies. And remember, our tourists come from countries where litigation status is very high. People are very conscious of their rights, and any small incident will lead to a legal contestation, a litigation in court of law, whether locally or abroad, back in their countries of origin. And so these liabilities can be enormous for tour operators. So this is a major product that we have, that we provide to the tourism industry, so that the tourism, in the event of these liabilities coming up and they are sued, they're not struggling to pay from their resources, but this risk is transferred and the insurance company takes up all the liabilities and pays all the claims and awards. All
right, Mr. Francis Kamau, let's take back. Let's actually go back to last week, Friday, and tell us more about the Citizen Medical product that was launched.
Thank you, Joram. That's a very exciting topic for us to discuss. We launched a product that we are calling GA Grey Sure Insurance Medical for our senior citizen. We launched it on Thursday last week, the 23rd of September. It's readily available for sale through our brokers, our agents, or through our office. We are ready to offer it. This is a product specifically designed for the elderly, and according to the Minister, Honorable Gidudu Mafabi, he gave us the definition the government has given to who is an elderly or a senior citizen, and he says anyone above the years of 60 is a senior citizen or an elderly. And this is the same definition that United Nations and other jurisdictions use. So it is available for people from the ages of 60 up to the ages of 80, but it can be taken as early as 50 years.
Oh.
Yes.
Because I was going to say 60 is the senior citizen. So that means even at 50, one is termed as a senior citizen.
One of the expected outcome that we want to provide as an insurance company, GA Insurance, want to provide is the ability for people to plan for their lives. I am told from a psychology point of view that retirement and old age is the longest transition in life. We go through different stages of transition, but this is the longest and I bet the most crucial in our lives, a very important phase. Then it means we need to personally or as an individual who is heading to retirement can take up cover and start paying their premium as early as 50 years, saying on the attainment of retirement or on the attaining of age 60 years, then the premium I have paid to the insurance company has created a fund, and the insurance company is able to pay for my medical expenses.
But does this particular product also cater for the low income earners or the average earners, the ones in Luganda that we call bamufuna ampola obo muntu wawansi?
Yes, I think one of the most exciting things that came out of the launch from the minister is the possibility of private-public partnership. And I have had this conversation in the country, and it's an exciting conversation of universal health care. But yes, this product is available to anyone, and what we would like to do is to have a conversation with anyone who's interested in taking up the product, so that then we can see where are they, what are their resources, how much premium are they able to pay, how can we partner with them. The other thing that this product brings to the table is the ability of the elder in our society. We, as their children, tend to take care of them. I took care of my parents when they grew older. So now what we want to do is partner with the people who take care of their senior citizen to provide a medical cover
for them.
So someone is elderly, they have attained that age, they have children of the people who want to take care of them, then we partner with them to provide cover for their parents, grandparents, or any other citizens that may benefit from the product.
Oh, wow. Senior citizen product. 50 years, 60, and does it depend on whether someone is retired from work, or you can even apply for, you can actually go and apply for it as well when you're still working?
Well, the rationale here, and that's a very good question, Joram. The rationale is here, up to the age of 60, 65, the conventional medical product will take care of the person. So what we're saying, so long as I'm working, I haven't retired, the possibility is that my medical cover, the conventional standard medical cover, within that age band, should be able to take care of me. But what we are saying, and what has been lacking in the market, is a product that takes then care of people once they retire, they leave their careers and they retire, and they are no longer benefiting from covers that were provided for while they were at work. That's now where I'll be picking it up. So that's a rationale. Yeah, so it's purely meant for retirees at the age of 60 and above. Somebody could be working at 65, but they should be able to continue with their current policies. But that conversation can be held at that level.
Okay. I still hope you've picked something out of it, because we're now summing it up. And I've been with Mr. Francis Kamau, who is actually giving us more in regards to the policies, the premiums. If at all you've been following up, you've had new terminologies, because we are talking about insurance. And if at all you're interested more into that, I think you've picked out something. Now, lastly, Mr. Kamau, any last assessment in regards to insurance and what people need to know as we're winding up the show?
What people need to know is that insurance is a very important aspect of our economy. We don't need to carry the risks ourselves. We can transfer them to insurance company. Insurance is a key aspect of any business. Again, we take care of that. We are willing as an insurance industry to work with our different clients and potential clients just to encourage, like we've been doing this morning, courtesy of Smart TV, to be able to discuss, analyze, and agree to the best way to protect unexpected outcomes. So my appeal to the public is to consider insurance, the very different aspect of it. If not sure, come, talk to us. We'll be there to work with you.
And definitely, if at all you are a senior citizen, retired from work, the medical product is also there for you, as you can definitely go there, find out the policies that are available, the terms and conditions, definitely, and you'll be good to go in that particular aspect. And of course, we are summing it up in that way concerning insurance and saying, if at all you haven't picked up any insurance cover for yourself, it is high time you went there. If at all you're a parent and you are also, you wish the best for your child, because that is the best way I can put it, I think you should go and also get a medical insurance for your child as well. And joining in the conversation, we had Mr. Francis Kamau, the CEO and Principal Officer at DA Insurance Company, Uganda. I'm Joram Posonko. Follow on all social media platforms, Joram Posonko, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. The website is www.smart24tv.com. SMB thus continue. After the break, I have sports business. Keep it SMB.